What we found is, our research has been the study of social systems. So a social system is a family or a friendship, or it's a team, or it's an organization, or a community, or a church, or you name it. And so we've been studying social systems that are best at accomplishing their mission, but also adapting and changing as needed. So the two dependent measures of all of our research have been execution and innovation. The
Mm.
capacity to execute on today's mission, the capacity to innovate consistently to stay relevant in the future. And those really are what every social system has to be good at. And what we found time and time again is that you can largely measure the health of a team, of a relationship, of a marriage, of even an entire organization by looking at one simple thing. And that is the lag time between when people see it and when they say it,
Mm.
between when they feel it and when they discuss it, between when it's a concern and when it's a conversation. And so that lag time is where all either the bad stuff happens or where the good stuff and the magic happens. The faster we get these issues out on the table and come to some ceremonious conclusion with each other, the more likely we are to collaborate, to connect, to feel trust, to stay engaged. The longer it takes, the more politics and resentment and silos and withdrawal starts to occur. So that one variable, more than any others, is what leaders need to manage. You create a social system where the lag time is as short as possible, and you get the best out of everybody. When the lag time is long, all of the garbage starts to occur.
Mm.
So you think back to that hospital. If somebody had instantly said, wait a minute, why are you putting a bone saw on the tray for surgery today? I was expecting a tonsillectomy. How would you use this on the soft tissues of the mouth? If somebody had just spoken up, there were seven people. If the lag time had been short, that could have averted that by just intervening in that moment, but nobody did. And this is the toxin of marriages. This is the toxin in families. When we're concerned about things, but we let it simmer and we resent and we withdraw, that's where the breakdown occurs. So that's the central finding. And our research, time and again, bears it out, independent of industry and independent of level in organizations.
Yeah, I can almost imagine as a conflict goes unresolved, it seems like it's human tendency to become more entrenched in your view, right?
Oh,
And so is that something you've noticed too, where that kind of adds to the tension and the difficulty of resolving something is that people become more and more defensive the longer a conflict goes unresolved without having some type of quality conversation about it?
yeah, perfectly said. And the mechanism by which that occurs is storytelling. So we begin to
Mm.
craft narratives about each other. Well, the reason Matt won't talk to me is because he's jealous of my being promoted and he wasn't. And then I'm going to see confirming evidence of that in all of your behavior. And then I'm going to act spitefully towards you because of that. And that's going to reinforce your tendency. And so what happens is we behave perfectly in a way that each of us needs to reinforce the narrative that we're running. The longer the silence occurs, the more those narratives build. You look at what's happening between Russia and the Ukraine right now. You look at what's happening in Gaza with Israel right now. And any of these situations, the longer people are separated and it's not possible to enter a space together and to begin to confront each other's stories, the more entrenched we get in those stories and the more justified we get in the petty, violent, and awful things we can do to each other.
Mm.
And that's true corporately, it's true globally.